Hey guys, welcome, good morning, if it's morning for you, too. Wow, Spirit has us, like, basically awake, just kind of, like, jumping straight into this. There are some messages coming through. I felt really guided to jump on. I know we went live last night, and we'll look at some Willy Wonka right now with this hair situation. Okay, all good. Let's just jump into the channeling, guys, real quickly here. This is just gonna be regarding the new moon specifically, but of course, whatever happens to be, on Spirit's mind here at this time, what they're wanting to get through, and what they're wanting to sort of extend as a message, channeling. Let's clear the energy and ground, and this is definitely. Yes, this is obviously a download. Now, guys, this is really important here. I'm hearing as we step out of that new moon energy, right? We're moving into the first quarter stage. We're moving farther away from the new moon. It's the interim period, though. We're not, far enough where, yeah, we're quite completely clear yet on what it is that we're doing with that energy. Interesting. In terms of integrating it into the 3D, right? The new moon period is usually a time where we're really operating in more so ether. It's more in the energy body, more in the emotional body. It's not as grounding, right, as, let's say, physical as the first quarter stage, which becomes more mental, and the full moon, which becomes more actual physical, and preceding that, the second quarter stage, which is more the absolute integration of you with your environment, the context in which you thrive when it comes to what it is you're creating. But more on this as a moon cycle message. We'll talk about that more on members. But anyways, yeah, this is a time where we're really transitioning from also, the crown chakra, again, etheric energies, more so into and the subconscious psyche, which is why usually at the new moon, it's like you feel like it's like, oh, you're floating. It's like you're there, but you're not there almost. Like you feel it, but you're not sure like what you're talking about there with that person. I'm hearing that as well in specific. As we move towards the first quarter stage, it becomes more sobering in a way. Now, Spirit wants to remind us, okay, and yeah, as we move into that first quarter stage of grounding and visualizing the energies more clearly of what we want to manifest, which is where it gets interesting because it's so many different aspects, right, of the process of the moon cycle that relates to overall so-called manifesting. It's not necessarily just the new moon. It's the integration of the entire cycle. So that's my personal philosophy. This is how I work with the moon, and maybe we'll talk about that in another video at some point in time. Every stage is absolutely important. The new moon, is one part of the story. The full moon is another, of course, but the first and the second quarter stage are really, really sort of instrumental in the conversation. Otherwise, it's like having a song. You never sort of shift the how do we say, the bridge. It's like it's not practical to go from the beginning sort of few notes into the chorus straight away. You need that sort of transition. So that's the first chord and second stage. Again, maybe at some point we'll talk about that, but let's clear it around. No, Spirit wants to remind to keep clearing and grounding your aura. Okay, there's a lot here, and I'm getting that there's something that will be coming up that's going to be kind of surprising, kind of shocking. This is partly by way of the sun. I think it was sextiling here with Uranus, and that was right on the new moon. So the energy, okay, emission that's cast on the day of the new moon really bleeds out, even we'll say we really want to get down to it maternally, but look, for the sake of simplicity in this dimension, we'll say about 6 years, okay? That's relatively simple. But if you really, okay, you're not, I can't do 6 years, okay? Can you just make it like a little more simple? 6 months, okay, to the next stage that corresponds with that particular new moon sign. In this case, it would be the full moon of Pisces in 6 months from March 2nd. So basically, in a simple way, you really want to sort of clear your so-called your aura. Okay, I'm not going to say your mind, your aura, your energy field, because that's where we've been operating, right, for that new moon, especially because it was in the sign of Pisces. So, and the sign of Pisces, right, the 12th house ruler, is ruling the subconscious, the psyche, the dream state, the imaginative faculties as well that you do hold. The imaginative sort of abilities that nuances of your also your psychic capabilities. This is where you're really tapping into all the goodness of that can be associated with that part of the chart. But it can also bring up the shadow energies, of course, not just in yourself but others, right? Not just in yourself but others. This is a time where everyone is experiencing, right, in some way, the activation of that energy for themselves. So it's never random what comes up at the new moon, but it can be a lot, and it can be, at the full moon, it's more clear, so-called, and distinct and obvious. Like, oh yeah, like Marty just had a breakdown, and like it was a whole show, and like, yeah, I was definitely feeling his like projected fear, anger, frustration with that. At the new moon, it's more like, yeah, you're kind of in a hazy, okay, sort of vibration a little bit, but we're all still experiencing on some level a similar theme, and we're cross-checking with one another what that might be alluding to, and it will be different for everyone ultimately, possibly. So in other words, sit tight, just sort of wait until we hit that first quarter stage. I find that at the first quarter stage, you're really able to just understand like why you might have been feeling a certain even friction, even within yourself. It will say a so-called stimulation of certain energies in your birth chart specifically that are wanting to come out to further. And that's the beauty of the moon cycle, is that it really that the point is to activate and stimulate your capabilities when it comes to also not just like I have this ability, but your perspective, right, on that part of you. So and the new moon is a wonderful time for you to check in and realize, again, not in the moment, because it can get really intense at the the moments of the new moon, but by the first quarter stage, gradually as you move towards that next leg of the journey in the moon's cycle, you will have that moment of clarity, usually of that's what was happening. That's what I was tapping into. Let's clear. Yeah, in the moon cycle, right? The process of the moon's development, that's over time, yeah, where you'll understand why it is that you also had certain dreams. I mean, not visions, feelings. So sit tight until about the first quarter stage. Again, the new moon is usually a time where it's kind of like I'm in the Milky Way of my own subconscious as well. And so especially again because we're in Pisces, a lot of water energy. Maybe that also there are others who are tapping into that energy. Now it's so strange because there is this card that always shows up here like at a very particular time. Yeah, we don't have time for that. So, well, what I'm getting here for some of you guys, is that we've been mentioning you're clearing a lot of karma here. And as a collective, we are clearing a lot of karma, but there are people who are, I'm saying a tissue box here, people who are like so-called butthurt about where you've decided to take, and you're not here for them. I mean, and they realize that. So they're going to have to take their story, okay, where they're going to take it, and maybe they're realizing that you pulled the plug on them energetically. You're not going to be fueling them in the way that maybe you were at a certain point in time, not even as a decision that you've made, but in terms of your like vibration, right? You're pulling your energy back, and they're feeling that. So there's a corrective energy here karmically as well that's taking place, and now they're needing to sort of focus on their feelings. I'm hearing that very interesting, like kind of like they're sitting there needing to deal with what comes up, for them. Now there is something shocking coming. I hear that. Well, let's clear down left side of the body. Let's backtrack around. Yeah, someone here wants to tell you something. I hear that. They want to talk to you, but take it as you will. Okay, take it as you will. Maybe this is someone who's been silent for some time. It's like they can't take the silence kind of vibe. Maybe you like didn't run after them. It's like, yeah, I'm not running after like Herbert. Okay, he said sherbet ice cream was everything that he was living for. So that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just like, oh, listen. Okay, Herbert, I'm gonna put my yeah, I'm putting my eye mask on, and we'll check it out like in a few years. Like, what? It's like he wants to honestly like he wants to just pull you by the eye mask. It's like he's surprised like you actually let him go. I'm hearing that. Oh my god. Okay, well this is a very specific message for someone, but literally, like, yeah, the important thing is just keep clearing and grounding your aura. No, this is someone who's like, they're very triggered, guys, and I feel like you're gonna kind of realize this over time. It's like I feel like for some of you just don't even realize the extent to which you may be triggering people at this time. I'm hearing that as well. Okay. Yep, I'm clearing. Yeah, I'm feeling some pressure on the lower back, even in the root chakra, at the back of the root chakra. For some of you, this is someone, even the back altogether, this is someone who's like, they really wanted, okay? They really wanted, like, you to always be there for them, and in the way that they wanted you to be there for them. It's like, we don't have time for that, okay? Not because we like got into a whole discussion even about it, but we just straight up, we were not there for them anymore like that, okay? Because it's also not healthy, and you have the right to step down. Anyways, this person most likely is not an active meditator. They're most likely, just to be able to clarify who this is to you, they're probably not someone who is looking at life from the lens of, okay, what's going right. I'm hearing that as well, and that's why they're feeding on your aura, because you're someone. Oh, let's put it on the back. Yes, they're the type who wants to subversively have, okay, all of the attention. I'm hearing that as well. They're not in. Yeah, they have to confront their. So, whoa, we're just zoomed in. All right, got to do some shadow work, guys. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, we got to do. Yeah, let's clear it. Well, that's how they're feeling. What's going on? Like, is Charlotte still here? Charlotte, hello. It's like he's like knocking on, like, I'm hearing the tin heart that he calls his own. It's like, what? I don't know what. Well, okay, this is gonna be very triggering, guys. It's like Charlotte, like, doesn't see me like the way that she used to see me. It's like he's having a breakdown, guys. He's feeling very triggered. This is someone's message. If you just recently, it's Claire. It's like, I don't have time for like melting your ice cream cone down wet. It's like, yeah, I see you with an eye mask. Seriously. Herbert, is that you? Hey, you still living for sherbet ice cream these days? Okay. Oh, not our love. Okay. Listen. No, it's cool. You're gonna do you. It's like, you don't care that I'm not like showing up, like carrying your book bags and emotionally free. It's like, no, I don't care anymore. It's like he's getting super stressed out. I'm hearing that, Claire. You're triggering someone so hardcore. You're triggering someone so hardcore. Okay, for some of you, yeah. Just like how we got someone here saying, don't do that, it's making me, yeah, just like that. It's like, don't do it, it's making me dizzy, like, but emotionally, you know? You're triggering me, Charlotte, I can't. It's like, I don't know. Guys, like, Spirit wants you to realize, okay, what you are, the effect that what you are doing for yourself, and it's not to feel good. You shouldn't, you're doing what's right for you. Okay, yeah, so that's where it's getting hard for them to understand where they stand anymore, because in relation to you, okay, they don't understand anymore. Because you stepped back and you took your energy space back. Okay, I'm hearing, Field of Dreams. Is it by Sting? Something by Sting. 11:55. No, for some of you, you're traveling, you moved. They're shocked. They can't. No, they can't believe it. I'm hearing. I can't believe she didn't like even like. She didn't even like carry my backpack. I hear that again. Yeah, I hear that. Let's go. I'm hearing Wu-Tang Clan. What's that? All right, now let's go. Yeah. Oh my God, serendipity. Now, so for some of you, this is someone who I'm hearing didn't ever want, okay, to work on things together. It's an irony. I really want to get the cards out, but let's just continue channeling. Yeah, it's like I'm hearing they just wanted to like, and if anything, they were even making fun of you for some of you. So you said, again, you want to be, you know, swirling ice cream flavors and like say that that's the point of our connection, like, and that's what's good about all of this. I'm here. That could be a metaphor. You're not here for that. So you just again did what you needed to do, and I think that there's something maybe shocking about obviously this with them, but also about the reaction back to you about this, but over time. So they may be trying to get back in touch. I hear that, just as a heads up, if you have made it very clear, yeah, just to take it as you will. And sometimes this is not direct. Sometimes this is on an energetic level. Like, yeah, but you gotta take it as you will. Hopefully they're not trying to be a wizard and trying to, kind of, So a clue as to that is, if you were like very clear on the fact that you didn't want to interact with someone any longer, okay, and then all of a sudden you're like having thoughts about them, like, like that you weren't having in the past, or like you suddenly feel like a pang of like, oh my God, but like, what if I lose him forever? It's like, what? You literally made the decision to detach. That's their projected energy usually. So just take it as you will. Let's clear. Just take it. Yeah, they're very. I'm hearing the butthurt. No, they're having a tough time because they were also playing it off like they didn't. Yeah. So anyways, let's clear. I'm hearing Clarissa. I'm hearing Carissa. Yeah. So, now it could be that, yeah, so however it is. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. We're going to get into other readings here. Check out the Pick a Stack readings if you do feel guided. We have some weeklies. I am feeling guided to hold off on the Pisces new moon reading. I'll post that maybe at some point, of course, divine timing. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Always keep, again, obviously heeding your intuition, grounding your, heed your intuition. Some of you here,